We hear the word surrender all the time. It gets thrown around in hard times as a quick piece of advice. People tell you to just let it go or just give it to God. But do we truly understand what that means? Most of the time, we treat surrender like a last resort. We try everything else first, we exhaust ourselves, and only when we are completely broken do we finally throw our hands up. But true surrender is not a sign of defeat. It is actually where your real strength begins. The real reason surrender feels so incredibly difficult is that, as human beings, we are wired to want control. We want to know exactly how the story ends. We want to secure our own future, fix our own problems, and manage every single detail. Because of that deep-rooted need for control, we often trick ourselves. We pray about a situation, we tell ourselves we are letting it go, but in reality, we are still holding on. How do you know if you are still holding on? It is simple. If you are still lying awake at night trying to engineer the solution, if you are still consumed by anxiety over the outcome, you have not fully surrendered. You are just carrying the burden while pretending to walk away from it. True surrender means letting go of the outcomes of the things that concern you. It does not mean you stop caring, and it does not mean you become passive. It simply means you stop trying to play the role of God in your own life. It is the moment you decide that you will no longer carry the complete, crushing weight of your circumstances on your own shoulders. You choose to believe that the Creator of the universe is much better at handling your future than you are. It is completely normal to think about solutions. That is just human nature. But there is a massive difference between planning with a peaceful heart and obsessing with an anxious mind. Complete surrender is shifting that weight from your hands into His. The Bible gives us a beautiful framework for this in the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. It tells us to trust in the Lord with all our heart, and not lean on our own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. Notice what that verse is asking of us. It tells us not to lean on our own understanding. That means you do not have to have it all figured out. You do not need to know how the mountain is going to move. You just have to trust the one who created the mountain. When you stop demanding to understand everything, you finally permit yourself to experience peace. If you are watching this today, and you feel overwhelmed by the weight of your situation, take this as your sign to finally breathe. You were never meant to carry this heavy burden all by yourself. It is okay not to have all the answers. Let go of the need to control the ending, and trust the process. Surrender the outcome, protect your peace, and let God take care of the rest.